And I remember Trevor's mom filming me in her little flip phone.
Hey guys, what's happening? We are back with another Storytime Saturday, and today we're going to be talking about the first time each of us met each other's parents. So I guess I'll go first because I met your parents first. I'll do my best to remember. I think the first time I remember meeting Kian's parents, I remember meeting your mom the first. You had the barbecue because she had some family that was down from Chicago and Florida. I'm right? And so they were having.
And by the way, we weren't officially a couple yet.
No, we had just reconnected. So now we're just hanging out, and just like Filipinos do, whenever they have a function, they'll just come along, you know, come over, and we're having something to eat, and we want you to be there. So that's what I did. They're having a barbecue with all the family, and what I remember is I was there, and I belonged to a Filipino martial arts club, so I was really used to the whole like how generous Filipinos are, like just how friendly and just kind of loud and crazy, and like, so I think you guys were afraid that you would scare me off, or at least your cousins were, but I was really used to it. It was just, I enjoyed it. So I'm at the barbecue, and I get in, and Kian's mom just hands me a plate. I don't even think she really says anything. She just hands me a plate, and she's like, "Babe, go." And she just takes me from the back of the line and puts me right up to the front, and just makes sure I get food. That's what she was concerned about, was making sure I got food. And that was my first memory of your parents. I don't remember the first memory I have of your dad.
Well, you met my parents at the same time.
Yes, but your dad was just very
quiet.
Yes, like, hello, nice to meet you.
He was examining you. He was like, that's probably what he was doing. He was just being quiet because he's like observing him from afar.
He's like,
yeah, he's like, who is this? Is this a new prospect?
Yes, if I have a daughter one day, I'll know exactly. I'll remember, I'll flash back instantly to that day, and I would just be all like, hi, nice to meet you.
So it was a good first time, right?
Oh yeah.
And by the way, you guys, like he had mentioned, I had relatives visiting from Chicago and Florida, so he had met aunts, uncles, cousins. Like, it was insane, and we had it. And we weren't a couple yet, and of course there was a lot of questions being bounced around. They were asking me if we were dating, and I kept saying no, and they probably thought I was lying, but that was the truth. We weren't a couple yet, but I think it was a pretty good first time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So you weren't nervous or anything?
I wasn't. No, I was just because. We were just hanging out. I wasn't like I was trying to.
Pressure.
Yeah, there wasn't. I wasn't trying to court you. I wasn't trying to do anything.
Yes, you were.
No, I mean, I was just excited to like reconnect. I mean, maybe in my head I was hoping we would date at some time.
This is coming from a guy who, back to when was that? Last week's Storytime Saturday, our date. He had a vision that it was gonna be a date, and now he's telling me that he doesn't have plans to court me. What the heck?
I know, but I maybe in my own mind, but I wasn't like when I went to the barbecue, like, you know what I mean?
I was not his mission.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about, okay, like, you know what I mean? I was just like, I'm just gonna hang out and just have fun, meet new people, right? That's what I was thinking about, just having a good time. And I did. It was fun. The food was amazing and abundant, and you know, played games, and it was a good time.
Yeah, I should show you guys a photo of that. And he had the experience of, you know, doing family games with us as well. And remember, I drew all over your face because you kept losing.
I do remember. And then when you would lose, I had the chance to just mark you up like crazy, but then
it barely happened.
I know, because I wanted to be nice and sweet, so then I just made like a little dot on the nose, and then everyone's just like, no, what are you doing? Like, no, it's okay. Yeah.
Mine was a little bit different because I had met Trevor's parents after we became a couple, and so there's that pressure that Trevor didn't have, and I was a little bit nervous. I met your mom first, and during that time I wasn't that nervous for some reason. I felt like, I felt a little bit of a pressure, but then at the same time I was like, there was just something about like me feeling that your mom was gonna be more easygoing, which both of them are now that I know both his parents. But when I had first met Trevor's mom, it was during a fundraising event for Trevor, because we were hoping to send him to Italy, right? That was Italy.
Yes.
To Italy to take part in the martial arts competition.
The Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was the first time I met his mom. I remember we picked her up. She gave me a hug. That was our first time meeting, and it was pretty chill. Like, again, I didn't feel like she was, I don't know, evaluating me in any way. And the fundraising event was actually a Zumba event. And I remember Trevor's mom filming me in her little flip phone.
Yeah.
However old that flip phone is. She's not even discreetly like to the side. She's like right in front of me, filming me like this. And I'm like trying to like dance so hard because she's filming me, and I'm like getting tired, but she's still filming me, so I'm like, okay, gotta keep going.
Like a solid 2 minutes, just like she's like this, and then she's like this.
I don't even think she actually recorded me, because I don't think she knew how to work her phone.
Yeah, and you could see like the smile on her face, like she's looking at it instead of actually looking, you know?
Exhausted. I was exhausted.
And she did it again and again and again.
And I don't know if she actually recorded anything, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I never tried looking at the phone to see if the video was on there.
So that was a really good first time meeting the mom. And then the dad, for sure, Trevor's dad, that's when I felt more nervous. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, we're not super nervous, but anyways, I met him at a separate occasion. We were meeting him for his birthday, right? We were going to the restaurant, and I remember clearly, I was like, okay, so I'm sure you guys have noticed, I have a tongue ring, and I remember I removed it because I didn't want him to judge me. I was like, I don't want him to think that I'm like a whore or something, because because unfortunately some people, you know, have stereotypes, and some people just judge when you have certain tattoos or certain piercings. People just judge, and I was nervous, so I didn't want him to think of me that way. So I remember clearly removing my tongue ring. But when I had met him, it was, again, very easygoing. Like, I remember you telling me, like, believe me, once you meet my parents, like, you're gonna feel stupid for stressing out. Or not that I was super stressed, but you know what I mean, like overthinking it kind of thing. And they really wouldn't have judged me if they saw my tongue ring, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, I just remember kind of being cautious about that. And yes, I removed my tongue ring, but I didn't really have to. And he was also very easygoing. And
both preach.
I don't know, like, they're very welcoming, honestly. So we don't really have any crazy, you know, meet the parents stories, because we were, you know, blessed enough that, you know, both sets of our parents liked us both. So and it is a blessing, because, you know, you hear like the I mean, they're not my in-laws, right? But the in-laws,
the stories about like crazy in-laws, and I love you, like I love your family, right? But it's just like, your parents are fun. I enjoy being around them, and you know, likewise, right? Like vice versa, when we visit my parents too, it's not like it's a burden to see them or to hang out with them. So it's a blessing for sure. Yeah.
So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you're enjoying Storytime Saturdays, let us know, and if not, well, we're gonna continue to do them, so you're just gonna have to enjoy it. And make sure to keep up with our vlogs as well. We'll see you next time.
Take care.